Welcome back to the Piano Crash Course. In today's lesson, we'll be analyzing a piece from the Trinity syllabus. We'll be finding the different notes and notations that the piece has to offer. Before we move on to the next stage in your keyboard or piano journey, you're going to have to know these basic things so you can read musical notes. This is a piece from a later grade of the Trinity syllabus, but for now, we're just going to be identifying the different parts of the pieces and what to know when you're playing it. Let's start from the top. Normally, there are only going to be treble clef symbols as the song starts, like this, with different lines. But in special songs and special scenarios, the song might start like this, with a treble clef and a bass clef symbol, which basically means that you're going to be playing right hand and left hand instead of chords, but just for the specific part. Now that we've got out of the way, let's look at these dots. These dots above the notes basically means that the notes have to be played in staccato. Staccato is a way of saying that you have to play the notes quickly and snappy. You can't have connections between them, there has to be no smooth flow, but just a quick snap tap on the notes, like this. But legato, which is seen by these curves, basically means that there needs to be a smooth flow of connection between the notes. Rather than staccato being, legato would be. Moving on, you can see that this song plays in a very quick tempo, so you can see the 1/8 connections of notes, and over here you see 2 notes in one, which basically means that you're going to be playing these 2 notes at the same time. Now let's look at this dotted line over this area. This dotted line basically means you have to play 1 higher octave than you're normally supposed to. Over here, if they've put a D, which is this note, you'll still be playing D, but instead of playing D over here, you'll be playing D over here. 1 higher octave, and that's all that means. And normally when you're playing right hand and left hand together, the treble clef and the bass clef, or all of the time, there is no accompaniment. The style and background is going on, but it's just a basic drum beat. Now that we're done with the left hand part, the song moves on into accompaniment and the chords start, as you can see. The song is pretty standard from here on forward, but if you observe, these sharps and flats symbols are basically meaning that you have to play a sharp the specific note. Over here, there's the C note, and instead of playing C normally, you'll play the C sharp. Now, this sign you haven't seen before, but it's basically a natural sign. A natural sign is used when, before the song starts, beside the treble clef, these symbols or flats and sharps are put beside the treble clef to signify that every time you play B, you'll have to play B flat. But natural basically cancels that. So instead of playing B flat, you'll play B, but only for that specific note with the natural on it. Now that we're done with that, we've analyzed most of the song. Most of it is just really quick playing, but we've analyzed the different musical notations, such as the treble clef and the bass clef, the staccato and legato, the double notes in one time, a higher octave, sharps, flats, and naturals. Another thing to note here is this, which is an accent. This accent, or a crocodile symbol, basically means that on the specific note, you'll be playing higher than usual. You'll press the note harder, or you'll give a higher annotation of whatever note you're playing. Instead of playing C like this, you'll play C like this. You'll play it with a much more higher intensity. And that's it for this piece. So what have we done today? We've learned about treble clef and bass clef notes in specific keyboard pieces. We've also learned about staccato and legato and many more other things. Remember that you need to memorize these notations, or at least learn them, so you can play future keyboard pieces, because it's only going to get more complex from here on onwards. I hope you enjoyed practicing, and I'll see you in the next video.